In case you missed it, the evidence files from King Von's murder case have now been released. They even include a section featuring the words spoken by the man who shot Von, his own account directed at Von.
No, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, shit, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying fucking shit like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
The evidence files also included a statement from that same man, Lil Tim, where he revealed what King Von's last words were. But the files also pointed out some gaps and inconsistencies in the entire case. Even King Von's cousin, Balo, said something felt off about the night it all happened.
His security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the you let him walk over and fight? You ain't supposed to let him fight. He ain't supposed to be touching nobody. Security guard, if anything, you make sure Quando them leave. Whoever else they was with, you make sure they leave. How you let him walk over somebody that's, the reason y'all here, the reason everybody in this parking lot here, because this man right here making the money and y'all his entourage. But that security guard, is something fishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram. I definitely feel like it's foul play. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely feel like it's some weird shit going on.
This was in response to the release of the body cam footage, which showed everyone panicking, screaming, and trying to figure out what was going on, while King Von's bodyguards were just standing around, not protecting him.
Yo, you sit over here. You sit over here, brother. No, you better watch out. Hey, brother. This is my brother, okay? Hey, come on, chill. Come with me, okay? Okay. You, get out the car. Out the car. Okay? Calm down, he's shot. Get out the car. I gotta go to the hospital, my leg. Yeah, we gonna get you to the hospital.
This went viral online, and people started sharing a thread with some shocking claims. It said, "There are a lot of missing pieces in King Von's death. If you really look into it, you'll see it. If anything, he might have faked his death to avoid all the murder charges he was facing." After King Von died, some people claimed he was involved in FBG Duck's murder by paying O Block members $100,000 in diamond chains as payment for the hit, along with other murders in Chicago, as shown in Traplore Ross's King Von documentary. Around the same time, a close friend of Von's tweeted saying, "Von made it through 2 surgeries, woke up screaming for his gun, then went into shock and passed away. He only had 1 more surgery left."
And Von made it through 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it through 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making 2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla knows, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital?
Because she was there at the hospital.
This is also linked to the new King Von murder case files that were just released, which states that Von was still alive after being hit by the firearm. He was even alive at the hospital. But with this information just coming out, now many wonder how Bowie knew that he never even had a firearm 2 years ago during this interview, where Von woke up startled looking for a firearm that was never there.
And like you said, the King Von situation, like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like, there was no, especially since he had security, like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even.
King,
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if you have real security,
all of them is supposed to blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over everyone right now.
That me up, bro. Because I like King Von.
This is where the story starts to get really confusing. But if you look deeper, you'll begin to see the gaps, and the truth starts to come out. On November 5th, 2020, King Von and his crew were getting ready to head to a club in Atlanta for his album release party. It was supposed to be a huge night celebrating Von's life and success, but no one knew how short-lived that celebration would be. Growing up in a dangerous place like O Block, Von had made a lot of enemies, and he understood the risks of being caught off guard in public. That's why, on the way to the club, he hired 20 security guards to protect him, along with 15 to 20 O Block members, all spread out across 8 different vehicles. Even Von's manager, 100K Track, spoke about how serious Von was when it came to security.
I travel with 1 security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a bulletproof truck. And not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think about 8, 10 cars deep, 20, 25 on entourage.
But what many people don't know is that something strange happened in the middle of the night. While everyone else was enjoying the party and celebrating Von's album release, King Von suddenly started acting different. He went off into a side room of the club and got on his phone. It's rumored that he began receiving text messages from Quando Rondo, an affiliate of NBA YoungBoy. Around 2:30 a.m., Von and his crew started leaving the club. Most of them planned to head back to the Airbnb or hotel for the night. But Von had other plans, and he didn't tell anyone about them.
Everybody's mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours, wasn't getting paid for it. I didn't have no acknowledgement of. His team didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von decision.
With the entire crew heading to the Airbnb, King Von told his driver to go to another club known as the Monaco Lounge. This would be the first decision of many that led to the end of King Von.
Well, everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, hey bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, hey bro, you know we here by ourselves, like, where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
For some reason, the people in King Von's truck only let the rest of the team know that the plans changed once Von arrived at the new club, when the rest of the team found out that's when they made the U-turns in their cars and began driving to the new club immediately. Once Van's manager got to Monaco, he knew something was off about Von. He was acting very quiet, sitting in the corner of his Escalade with his hood up, just sitting on his phone, as Van's crew are ready to go into the new club for 30 minutes, but Von didn't leave his seat.
Reason Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30, 35 minutes.
This is when Van's manager, 100K Track, would hop in to check on him. Van then finally agreed to go into the lounge, but due to Monaco's club rules, Van's crew had to leave their firearms in their cars. So at first, they would send the security in to check around the club, making sure everything was safe.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Von. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Von, bro, what's going on? Like, you know, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Von's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
But the real danger was outside in the parking lot. This is due to rapper Quando Rondo sitting in his car with a couple of his own gang members trying to get a little bit of sleep. However, one of Von's security guards were in charge of checking the parking lot, to which he found Quando Rondo sleeping in his car. He would then walk over to King Von and tell him, did you know Quando is here?
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Von just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
King Von reacted instantly, jumping out of the truck looking to confront Quando Rondo, where they were clearly texting each other back and forth. His team tried to get him to chill out and not start a scene, but that didn't stop him. King Von went around to the front of the white vehicle. He immediately began swinging against Quando.
Jumped out the car. By the time Von jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
Just seconds into the fight, Quando Rondo's best friend, Lil Tim, came around the back of a white car with a gun and started firing at King Von, hitting him several times in the body, trying to protect Quando. Von's manager was also hit, once in the leg. Some of Von's crew were armed too, and they fired back at Lil Tim, hitting him and causing him to fall just a few feet away. That's when things got even more chaotic. As the gunshots rang out, 2 off-duty police officers working security nearby heard the commotion, and another on-duty officer arrived from a different direction. On a count of 3, they all opened fire toward the scene. Tragically, one of Von's crew members was killed in the crossfire. Meanwhile, King Von lay in the middle of the street, holding on to Quando, possibly using him as a shield. But others believe it was actually Quando holding Von down, trying to snatch his chain.
And was he trying to take Von's chain, or?
Honest truth, I don't think V-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Von was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting, he's that strong. Like, he was literally holding him.
Once the gunfire stopped and the scene calmed down, the focus shifted to saving King Von's life. His closest friend, Muwop, ran straight into the middle of the street, pushed Quando out of the way, picked up Von, and tried to get him into the away car. Meanwhile, Quando's team helped Lil Tim into the back seat of a white vehicle and sped off. Von's team did the same, helping Muwop get Von into their car. Even though Von had been shot 4 times, he was still conscious during the entire ride. The people in the car later shared that Von stayed calm, trying to keep everyone in good spirits, and told them he was going to be okay.
He was in the car. I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Von was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get him to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
After arriving at the hospital, Von was then rushed into the operating room, fortunately passed away during surgery, as the news of King Von's passing shook the entire rap industry. Who was once Chicago's most fearless and dangerous gang member, he sadly passed away.
Made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of guns.
Check it out, let's walk over here and see this Von picture. I know it's a lot of ops on this. I'm letting y'all see where I'm at. Why is this black truck still right here? Man, watch that truck. Watch that truck right there.